Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Solu Kabers podcast. And when you see me in this dress and then this cap, it means we are only talking about three things: cricket, cricket, and cricket. And obviously, the IPL season has begun. And I thought it would be great to gather a bunch of RCB crazies, including myself, and talk all things RCB. So I have here Venkat, who is an aspiring budding cricket writer. Venkat, hello. Although he's not in his
Hello.
appropriate dress. I don't know which franchise dress he's wearing, but yo, welcome to the podcast, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
The only red I see is right under your sleeve. But yeah,
The red is inside the heart. That's what
yeah,
you need.
I could see that bleed through your sleeves. But anyways, we also
Oh
have
yeah.
Pradyot here, another RCB crazy. As you can see, it's very evident from his shirt and his background. Hey, brother, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
All good, all good.
RCB.
Yep. Folks, good vibes from the social media of RCB, all the YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. How do you think? I think they are in a great mental state. They're at a great resort and they're having fun. I think they look good to me, at least virtually.
Yeah, definitely. The social media team of RCB is doing quite a great job compared to other franchises, I would say.
Mm.
And especially with Danish Said being there, he's one of the most humorous and a guy with filled with wit.
Yeah.
So I see he binding the team together, bringing in people from all over, going, interacting with them, building that. What do I say? He gets the team. He puts the team together. He collects the people. Yeah. So and also when we see the regular practice sessions, the live videos that they post, it's quite new to see live videos, live practice sessions. So yeah, they are trying to connect with the fans too. That's a great start to the season, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't bother doing that if the IPL was happening here, right? But it's just because the fans are not there. I think this is their way of like engaging fans or whatever, right? Pradyot?
But I also think, like, because they have so much more time this time because they're only stuck within a certain area,
Yes.
so they have more time to upload and gives it more time to actually upload stuff and record more stuff and actually edit.
Mm.
Because they're traveling up and down across so many places, it's quite hard to actually
Yeah,
find
yeah.
to upload. So I gotta give it to them.
When did you guys start loving RCB? Because let me tell you, right? So when IPL started in 2008, I used to hate that team. All right, I don't know how old were you in 2008, but it was the best test team ever. RCB team 2008. If you just go take a look at that, all right, it's like full of Carlos and Dravid and all those folks. And McCallum rightfully hit 168 runs in the first match of the IPL, right? It was against RCB, if you guys have forgotten. But I actually fell in love with RCB when Chris Gayle came into the team. I think it was in 2011, right? That was when, and their dress became more glittery, if I'm not wrong. So that was the point where I truly fell in love with RCB because Gale was there, and eventually ABD, and eventually Kohli became the man we know today, right? So that was my first memory of loving the RCB. What about you, folks?
For me, it was right from 2008. I'm Bangalorean by heart, so for me, it's always
Oh,
2008. So I saw them. I've seen the ups. I've seen the downs. I've seen everything. I mean, Chris Gayle is still my favorite player. Became altogether different. Actually, more than 2011, 12. From 2012 onwards, like just levels have increased completely. But
right.
from since 2008, I've been following us. I know every single result of every single game, even if you ask me now.
Wow. Cool. Venkat, how about you? What's your RCB story, RCB earliest memory?
So yeah, basically, I'm from Chennai. So I have been a big fan of Chennai Super Kings.
Dude, dude, there will be rocks tomorrow in front of your house, okay? So be very careful about what you say.
I used to be a Chennai Super Kings fan,
Hmm.
and then the love for Kohli took over. I would say it was all because of just one man had that I had shipped to RCB. So you can understand uh, how strong that connect is with Kohli. So yeah, I would say I had been a very big fan of RCB from the last year only. So I
Hmm.
had not been like for long an RCB fan. But yeah, but the connect is really strong this time.
Dude, what is the team that you hate the most, Venkat, in the IPL?
Uh,
Come on, quickly.
CSK.
Okay. If Kohli goes to CSK, will you start loving CSK then?
Uh,
Keep thinking
ah,
about it. Folks, we will just quickly take a look at what RCB has done in the auction, right? So I just have it here. First of all, right, before we even begin, right? So, like, what do you think, having watched RCB all these years, right? So, what do you think their weak points were? First things first. What did they have to cover? Let's just start, right? Like, weak points. First thing that crops to our mind is what? Death bowling.
Problem
absolutely.
with
Death
death
bowling.
bowling is more than death bowling is because your overseas fast bowler has not arrived in the last 3 years.
Yeah. They
Like
had man. They,
they
they
were
had
supposed.
they had that guy. No, they everyone they hired they failed. Right. That Timal Mills was there. He failed. Who else was there?
Timar Mills played 5 games. He didn't
Hmm.
play the entire season. He just played 5 games.
Hmm.
Adam Mill didn't play a lot of games.
What
Then
what?
Nathan Coulter for two.
Yeah.
Adam Mill didn't play a lot of games. Nathan
Coulter was
Coulter,
injured, I guess.
yeah, injured, but because
He
of
never
that,
arrived,
the
I think.
problem he never arrived. For 2 years, he never arrived.
Yeah.
That cost us more than Actually, they were structured quite well, but they were reliant on the overseas fast bowler.
Hmm.
That really cost us.
We don't have a proper Indian death bowler, right? It's like that is like we are always stuck with Umesh Yadav bowling in the end. Siraj has always been developing and is yet to become this decent death bowler. You know how like SRS people have developed, right? Like Siddharth Kohl, these folks have developed into a decent death bowler. We don't have one Indian death bowling option, is what I felt. What were you saying, Venkat? And we also had Stark. I don't know. I wonder how many games Stark played. That was the year. Did we go to the finals in that year, 2016, right?
15. He came in 15. That was
Hmm.
actually our best season, in my opinion. Though we didn't make it to the finals, I feel that was our best season. We were robbed that year.
Oh yeah, in the what playoffs?
Yeah, not in the playoffs, as in we both, Mumbai Indians and us both had 16
Net run
points,
rate,
if
right?
you remember.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
our
yeah,
net
yeah.
For
run
number
rate
of
was
wins.
actually, our net run rate was higher than theirs. But based on number of wins, how can you
Wins,
base
yes.
something on number of wins in a game where the only way you can get a draw is if you have rain, not with the game played. So it makes no sense. In case of football or maybe even ODI or test matches, you know that you can get a draw. But in T20, you can't get a draw. The only way you can get a draw is if the game is not played. So if you're
Yeah.
basing, so it makes no sense to, have number of wins as the criteria to qualify.
Imagine if they applied this on the 2019 World Cup final, right? So it's like who would be the winner? I think that is also a draw, right? I think England and New Zealand lost equal number of games, right? I'm not sure. Um,
New Zealand lost to
New Zealand lost against Pakistan, right? New Zealand lost against who else?
Australia. New Zealand
Australia,
lost against England.
England, yeah.
England,
England also lost 3 games. Even that would be a tie, I guess. England lost against Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and who else? Australia again.
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
Australia.
that would be a fucking tie. Fuck it. But
But
anyways,
actually, New Zealand were very lucky that year, that World Cup, to even
who?
get to the semis.
Yes, absolutely. I
Yes.
think it should have been Pakistan. I think they were this close. I think New Zealand and Pakistan were tied, and Pakistan had terrible net run rate because of West Indies game. You know, the terrible West Indies game. Anyways, death bowling. What else? I think another weak point is like too much chopping. Right? That is our biggest weak point.
Yes, yes.
That is the worst thing they ever do. Like,
That is
this,
classic Kohli captaincy weak point. If I'm not wrong.
yeah.
I don't know how this will be resolved this year. It will be interesting to see. But death bowling, what else? What else? It's just
What
they
about
don't
Indian batting?
actually, right? So it's like worst. What do we have here? We have Parthiv who loses his diesel after power play. All right, and Gurkirat Maan
No,
is
even over the years, there's you associate at least two good batsmen to each franchise. With RCB,
Indian
you can
batsman.
associate only Indian batsmen.
Yeah,
With RCB, you can also only associate Kohli.
yeah, yeah. True, true. And what else? What else? What else do you think, Venkat, is the other weak point?
Lack of lower middle order this year.
Historically, what do you think was the weak point? Lower middle order.
Historically.
You know what? The entire batting order itself is like, it's like 90s India, too much dependent on Sachin and one more guy. It's like, ABD and
Yeah,
Kohli here,
too much
right?
dependence on
Yeah.
Colin. Yeah.
And even back in the day when Gale was there, that was just the top order, right? So yeah, I think you're right. I think lower middle order finishers, right? Basically, we don't have good finishers, right?
Yes.
Is there a good alternate for Chahal?
I don't. I mean, our auction strategies were very poor. I feel,
Hmm?
especially 2018. But alternate to Chahal, I don't think so. I mean, but
Yeah.
be, to be very honest, if you had to ask me if you had to pick between KL Rahul and Chahal, I think all of us would have gone for KL Rahul. I don't know. What do you guys think?
To be fair, right? This exact point, right? So to be fair, when they left out KL Rahul in 2000, what 18? No, they
18,
went 18, right?
18, 18.
First of all, he did not play the entire 2017 season. He was injured,
He did not
and
play the season at all.
yeah, and he
He had
was
gone for
he
surgery.
yeah he was, and he was not the KL Rahul we now know today, right? So I think it
That
was.
is actually incorrect, to be honest. He was
Mhm.
among the top 10. If you consider, I don't consider these rankings, I don't consider T20 batsmen according to their rankings. But he had got that 100 in Florida. He had done well in that England T20 series just prior to the 2017 IPL.
He hit
So
100 in England, yeah.
that was later on, after he got the Kings 11 Punjab
Mm.
contract. Before his T20 batting was pretty decent. Just that they didn't go for him. I don't know why. His abilities were on show.
When was the last time they backed anyone apart from they backed the wrong people, man? I mean, that is another issue, right? So it's like they don't let go of the wrong right people. They let go of Sarfaraz. Who's that guy? Sarfaraz Khan, right?
Yeah.
He turned out to be a decent find, right? In Kings 11. I don't know. The rumor is Nehra spoiled him, but yeah, that's a rumor, anyways. So I think if we stick to these weak points, what have they done in the auction, right? So let's take a look at what they have bought. All right. So here's what they bought. First things first. Why Josh Philippe? I mean, I know he's a exciting prospect, but if they really had to bring Josh Philippe, why did you leave Quinton de Kock out? Like, what the fuck?
Venkat?
Yeah, but for base, I think Josh Philippe is a real good deal, having seen him do quite well at the Big Bash. So
Hmm.
also RCB doesn't have a backup keeper, and with the shortage of Indian backup keepers, I would say Philippe is not a bad buy though. For 20 lakhs, he's quite worth it.
Hmm.
Apart from Parthiv or AB, we don't have a decent backup keeper.
I
So
think.
yeah, and also we can
Go on. Sorry.
yeah, and also we can see from RCB's videos that AB is certain to keep this year. So yeah, he is maybe if he keeps for 14 games, might be quite injury prone, and Josh Philippe might get some games when we are in a good position in the tournament. He could come in, keep for some games. Yeah, that can happen.
I think AB keeping is an excuse to make place for Finch, isn't it? If I'm not wrong, just to get him in.
I feel Finch is definitely going to play. I feel AB keeping allows us to play all the Indian guys, all
Oh,
Indian. Otherwise, you won't be able to play one of Devdutt Padikkal or Washington Sundar or Shivam Dubey. Only two out of those three can play.
yeah. We'll make that 11 in the end. Yeah. What's the point of bringing Dale Steyn, man? He's gonna go away with 3 matches and then injured and gone. We have too many new ball bowlers, don't you think?
And I think that's more of an
Uh,
emotional pick. They had a lot of money left, so might as well just get him.
I think they picked it at the last minute, like in the supermarket, right? Like when you're standing at the billing counter, right? Yeah, you pick one toffee there, you pick one Mentos there, right? I think that's what happened. I think they picked him right in the end, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, they picked him in the end, but I think it's more of an emotional buy because of last year's
yeah,
performance.
because we also saw Virat saying that he had to go for him at any cost. He had told Mike to get Dale Steyn at any cost. He had said after that auctions. So I think there's some connect between Dale and Virat. Though he might not get to play games, even if he plays, say 3 or 4 games, I think the impact will be really good. You cannot write off Dale Steyn at any point of time. Say he's way past his prime. We all know that. But still, 3 4 games he can give his full effort, and he's a workhorse. He can run in all day and bowl. Last year we saw how good with that Yorker to Reina was. So some good spells like that in 3 4 games in some important games. he'll be really useful this
Yeah,
year.
but how
No,
many?
but if
How often will he provide those spells? Right? Yeah, go on, Pradyut. Your question too.
but I don't understand if they wanted Dale Steyn so badly, why did they let go of him? Because I don't think he was getting paid lesser. I'm not sure how much he's getting paid. So why did you even risk going for Dale? If you wanted him, you should just kept him. I don't know why you left him and then got him back.
It's
I
called
didn't
toffee
understand
shopping.
that.
It's called toffee shopping, my friend. At the end, that is what I'm saying, right? I think even if they play him right, I think how they're going to treat him is like they're going to treat him like Deepak Chahar in Chennai, right? They're going to bowl him out like for first 3 overs and shit like that with the new ball, if I'm not wrong. I think that is the best thing you can do with Dale Steyn, in my opinion. I mean, he goes for runs. He went for runs in his prime in the death over span. Like, come on.
But yeah, he's really good with the new ball. Like he's not going to start in my first 11 though.
Hmm.
But it's just say you get in a experienced player, a kind of a mentor. That way you could see it adds some value to the team.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, this for me is like the biggest loss of RCB bowling lineup, man. This guy,
Really?
yeah,
Richardson.
yeah, biggest loss in my opinion. I think he is the ideal death bowler we've always been looking for, in my opinion. I feel really bad having lost him.
I kind of disagree with you. I think
Okay.
because Chris Morris is definitely going to start, and Richardson, I don't think is very rated very highly. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people go after him. Though he's done decently,
Mm.
and he's more of a bowler who will bowl these slower balls, and on the smaller grounds he's going to get whacked. I mean, he might still go for like 35, 40. You don't expect that from your overseas fast bowler. If you're playing an overseas fast bowler, you want him to bowl a tough overs. You want him to come out on top. Meaning, you want him to go for less than 13, 4 overs. That's my opinion.
Who do you think they should have gone after instead of this guy?
No, I don't mind him as a backup, but he's not in my playing 11 for sure.
Okay. But anyways,
I don't
he's
mind
not he's not even here, so big deal. I think the point that I was making about the backup spinner, right? They got Zampa in his place, but I think he's an overseas backup spinner. We didn't need an overseas backup spinner, for heaven's sake. I don't know why Zampa got into RCB. Make me make sense if anyone can.
I'm kind of happy
More
with
than
Zampa because... Go on, Venkat, go on.
yeah, so more than you see him as an overseas backup spinner, I see him as a quality backup spinner. See, he's one of the best leg spinners in the world right now. He's right in the league of Sahel Rashid. So I would never mind having someone like him in the team. And at the cost of Kane Richardson, I would be really happy to have Zampa over Kane Richardson any day in my team.
Oh, am I the only one who hates Kane Richardson? Who likes Kane Richardson here? But yeah, anyways, we will look at the 11 and then yeah. So Kane Richardson, we got Zampa in, Dale Steyn. Udana, I thought was a good choice, man. I think this is a steal for me. For me, this is a steal. And having now, obviously we didn't know that IPL will go on to UAE, but I think in UAE he might be useful. Big grounds, slow pitches. Will he start?
No.
For me, no.
Okay. He tonks as well, anyways. Yeah, in the starting 11, no, but I think it's a good buy, is what I'm saying, trying to get to. What can you tell me
Yes, it is
about?
a good buy.
Yeah. What can you tell me about this guy and this guy? I have no clue who these guys are. Deshpande and Shahbaz Ahmed.
Pawan Deshpande plays for Karnataka, I think, but I don't see him playing because he couldn't even make it to the Karnataka 11.
Shahbaz Ahmed.
Shahbaz Ahmed is a decent left-arm spinner, but again,
It's just
just a
wicketkeeper
left-arm
batsman.
spinner.
Okay, it's just wicketkeeper batsman. I think they got it wrong. Okay.
So yeah, Pawan Deshpande, a good prospect, I would say. He has had a good he has good T20 records. If we just go by numbers, haven't seen much of his batting live. I have just seen him on some YouTube videos. But if you see for that small amount of sample size, he strikes at 155 in T20s. He's got an average of 40. So a left-handed batsman. So I could also sense him playing some games at number 6. Which is a bit of a concern right now. Maybe Shivam Dube might click or not click, but even though Pawan Deshpande doesn't start for me, he might find his place one game at least.
He's your Shivam Dube backup, is what you're saying.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Number 6.
Fair point. Chris Morris, man. I mean, he goes for a lot of runs, but that's the point of a death bowler, right? He goes for a lot. He will go for a lot of runs, right? So I'm not too sure about this buy, man. I mean, it's a good buy. I mean, there are not too many good death bowling options anyways available in that auction. But yeah, I think He also adds depth to the batting. So decent buy, you would say. 10 crore, way too much. But 5 crore, 6 crore might have been a great buy. But
There was no point because we had 6 crore remaining, so we could have gone harder also. I really don't mind paying as much as we could.
mhm.
Chris Morris, because he nails his Yorkers. He's better than anyone else at his Yorkers in that auction. I don't rate that Chris Jordan. I don't rate anyone else. So I think he was our best buy with respect to Yorkers. Other than that, it was only Pat Cummins who was, I think, over too much. Chris Morris was the perfect buy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's my
Straight
second option, but
start us straight away, right? He'll just start
yeah,
straight away.
he is
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
gun. He is a gun.
Yeah. Yeah. Finchy, man, what is the thought process behind bringing Finchy? Because I will tell my thoughts later. But what about you guys? But why Finch?
Who else were there as an overseas batsman?
Hmm.
Aaron Finch is among the best. Other than that, you had Glenn Maxwell, who was going for 10 crores. But I think Aaron Finch, Owen Morgan, or Glenn Maxwell were my three options. I think initially I wanted Glenn Maxwell, but then I think he was way over the charts.
I really thought they would go after a finisher, man. I really wanted them to pick a finisher.
Which is why I said Glenn Maxwell. Then Owen Morgan.
Morgan was
second
great.
choice would have been,
yeah, great choice.
because he's a middle order
Morgan
bat.
would have been.
Owen Morgan because he would have been a middle order bat, but Aaron Finch is not bad at all. I rate him very highly.
Yeah, but
And he's
always
tactically
having
brilliant. He's brilliant at his head. Smarter than anyone else.
yes,
My God.
and always over relying on someone like AB or Virat. It's always AB Virat or Virat AB. Opening Virat and AB at 3, we don't have batting. After that, the tail starts at 4 for me. Like Moeen was there last year, so bringing in someone like Finch, it just separates the.
See, if
separates the two,
you
like
bring
Finch
in
opens-
Finch, right, my issue is like it goes back to 2016 all over again, right? Like great top three, Gale, ABD, Kohli. Now it will become Finch, ABD, and Kohli. So what different is happening here? I really wanted them to buy a finisher. I also heard some rumors that Aaron Finch will play in middle order, which is like stupid, and it will kind of work against spinners because he smashes the crap out of spinners. But what do you guys think?
So
I
yeah,
want
for
him
me,
opening because. Go ahead.
yeah,
Venkat.
go ahead. Brother.
Okay. I want him opening because he's among your best batsmen and I want him facing maximum number of balls. So I prefer him opening the batting and, taking responsibility, getting 70, 80 or 45, 50 balls. That's what I prefer from Aaron Finch than getting,
Me too, obviously. Yeah.
with the middle order, you're not sure if he's going to come good or not. When he doesn't come good, you're in big trouble. But if he fails in the top order, you still have someone behind him. So you give him the freedom, let him go up front, let him get the runs. That's what I prefer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Venkat.
he's one of the best openers in T20 cricket right now. If you see in international terrific records he has. So yeah, I would see him opening all 14 games. I would push Virat to 3. I would get in someone like Devdutt Padikkal. So yeah, that's what I said. It splits Virat AB, and then we have Finch to add on to it. So Finch opens for me, Virat at 3, and we'll come to that. I have AB at 5. I might think Pradyut will not agree to it. Yeah, but that splits the batting and gives that balance. I feel this is more balanced.
Cool. And who did they leave out this auction? Do you have any idea? Because they don't have any information here. Do you guys remember who they left out by any chance?
Shimran Hetmeyer.
Hetmeyer. Kejrolia they left out. Kejrolia, I don't really regret. Hetmeyer.
No.
So yeah, costly miss.
Kejro. Okay. Who else did we leave? Like biggest misses. Did we leave? Quinton de Kock was in last year, right?
No, last year. I mean,
no, he wasn't there.
Quinton de Kock played for Mumbai last year.
Last year, yeah, correct. Stoinis they left out. Yeah, okay. What? I don't know, man. One of these two should have stayed. Hetmeyer or Stoinis, in my opinion. One of these two. But then,
Hetmeyer should have.
yeah. But then, if these guys stay back, then we would need a gun Indian opener, which we don't have. We would be stuck with Padikkal and Parthiv Patel. So that is not really ideal, I suppose. Who do you think they should have kept
probably. I don't know. Hetmeyer probably, but not Stoinis. Definitely not Stoinis.
Okay. Stoinis clicks well. He's not really a good finisher. I mean, maybe they should have used him as an opener like Melbourne Stars do, right? It's like just go and just have fun. Don't think about anything else. And then instead of buying Finch again. But yeah, Finch is a good buy. I'm not saying that.
Finch is a better batsman than
Yeah.
Stoinis.
Yeah.
Easily.
Hetmar is really costly, man. Hetmar won us the last match of last season, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Hetmar and the other guy, Gurkeerat Singh.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's look at the squad and just time to make the best 11. Let's try and make the best 11 out of these folks. Here we go. I'm gonna put you guys in the. I'll put you guys here. Okay, Moeen Ali, Siraj, Zampa. So this is our squad. And what is the point of Mike Hessen's director, man? Can just someone explain to me what is this new director of cricket operations? Because he's a coach, I understand this. I don't get the point of this guy.
I think he views things from the outside, like as a third person. That's what I feel. Like maybe the main calls are taken by the captain and coach, but probably the third person's view of what's actually happening. That's what I feel. And like overhead observer or something like that.
Yeah, he's one of the best man managers.
Okay.
See, yeah.
He was the Kiwi coach who got them into finals, right? What did Simon Katich achieve, man? Like, did he win the IPL with KKR or something?
He was with KKR, but I don't think he was the coach. He was with KKR.
Yeah.
A good phase.
Okay. Let us make the 11. So we have 4 overseas and 7 Indians. So what do you think, guys?
Number 1 is Aaron Finch.
We start with Finch. Okay. And Padikkal is the opener, right? Padikkal should play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Padikkal should play. Then Kohli.
You want to have Virat. You want to have Virat opening. You can have Virat opening with Finch and Dev at 3.
I don't know if he has ever played. I think this young guy, right? He should be just let him go as an opener. Like, go have fun. Let the responsible part lie with Kohli. What do you think?
Yeah, because that's also one of the most easy positions to bat. If you ask me, playing rather than playing at the middle order, I think opening you can exploit the power play conditions. Just 2 fielders outside the circle. You can. It's all a little bit of power required to clear the infield. So yeah, that is one of the most easiest jobs compared to playing at the middle order. So I would let the young man take the easier job, and the experienced one take the tougher job. So a Padikkal opener.
Honestly, I feel if you have an opener, you want them to deliver. Like you have to allow them to deliver like good runs. There's no point getting quick 30, 40s. That's like rubbish. If you want to do that, then get sent Sunil Narine or Washington Sundar. If your batsman is going on top, let them try and get good runs. That's what I feel.
I think that is something that Finch will do. Padikkal, I don't know. I just let him go is what I feel. Let's see. We'll get back to this. Then Kohli, then ABD, right?
For me, Moeen plays at 4. ABD plays at 5.
Who are your 4, man? Venkat, ABD, Moeen, Finch, and Morris, is it?
Morris, yes.
Okay.
I think both of us are on the same book, same page.
Okay. So ABD should play. I'm already kind of skeptical that ABD is at 4 because already he's facing less balls, but you want him further down.
It is just on paper. I would say if a wicket falls at the 13th over and if it is just RCB or 1 wicket down, I would still send AB at 3.
Yeah.
It all depends on the situation. It's
Correct.
not about fixing it like he plays at 4, he plays at 5. I want Moeen Ali to take the spinners on and ABD to hit the paces because there is no better batsman than ABD to take on paces. We have seen through years he's the best pace hitter in the team. And Moeen Ali, we know he's one of the best spin hitters and a left-hander to add to it. So leg spinners are the one who mainly operates the middle over space. So a left-hander would be quite lethal at the middle order. And we also know how the records of AB against leg spin in the last 2 years. So I would have AB to play in the last 7 overs or 8 overs.
That's weird, man. That's like, why don't you get him? Honestly, I think we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. If Kohli has to open, then ABD should come at number 3, right? It's like it's a given because in that scenario you have to take particular out. We'll do that. We'll do those combinations. So we have what? We have 5 here, and then who follows? I think Dubey follows, right? Shivam Dubey,
Yeah, I guess it's either Shivam Dubey
Yes.
or
Gurkirat Singh,
Gurkirat.
Shivam
One
Dubey.
of
So
them.
these guys are like basically our finishers, right? Gurkirat.
Are you going with Gurkirat or you going with Washington? You can't go with both.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I would go with Dubé and Washington.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting. So why can't we go? Let's okay. Let's just keep it that way. We'll come back later. So what do we have
Even
here
I'd go
now?
with Washington,
Hmm.
to be
Chahal.
honest.
Okay, we'll change that.
Chris Morris.
Chahal. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Morris, Chahal. Then what else? Who are new ball?
Saini and Umesh. Umesh will be the new one.
Umesh and Saini. So we open up with okay. So how many bowling options we have? We have 4. Yeah, we don't have too many. So I think so. Gurkirat sits out, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Interesting.
between toss up between Shivam Dubey and Gurkirat. It's your call.
Interesting.
I mean,
Maybe
I
you know
don't
what
mind
we
either.
can do. I have an idea. Okay, so how about accommodate both? Take this guy out, for example. Okay, and then bring everybody up. Bring everybody up here. Even bring Morris up here, and then bring Washi here, Washington. How does this look for you?
You just no. Padikkal is definitely a better batsman than Gurkirat, so it's a knockout.
So again, you see, we are moving back to the same problem RCB has been facing for so long, accumulating your best batters in the top 3. See, you can again see Finch, Kohli, and ABD playing at the top 3.
Finch, Kohli,
If there's
ABD,
a
Moeen Ali. The top 4 are playing in the top. Best are playing the top 4.
the best are playing at
Though I
the top
want
4, yeah, that's right. But you, you can't say
no,
all the top 4 would play around till the 20 overs and deliver. So I would
yeah.
just split the batting order to
So
make the
you will take
No,
Gurkirat out.
Gurkirat definitely
Yeah.
out. Padikkal definitely in.
Okay.
But
Yes.
how you place the order is confusing.
Gurkirat, man, I really don't want to take Gurkirat out, man. I don't know why. I simply don't know why. But what, you think he is not really a consistent finisher? Is that your issue?
He doesn't have the power game. As simple as that.
Yes.
He can't tonk.
If he's more of a number 4, if you're not playing Moeen Ali and you play 2 overseas bowlers, then you can go with Gurkirat.
Interesting. Very interesting. So what you would do is you would just bring this down a bit. So no Gurkirat. Okay, Gurkirat is more like an anchor, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's more of a batsman than a person who can whack the ball.
Interesting. Very interesting. So yeah. So this is one option. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna open the bowling with Umesh and Washington, is it? Umesh and Washington. Saini,
Yeah.
Morris, Chahal. Decent, man. Decent. So Moeen Ali and Dubey can lend a hand. I think this 11 looks good, man. This 11 looks good. But what else can we do? So Finch will not be available for the first few games, right?
First game maximum. I don't think it's more than 1 game.
Okay. So if Josh Philippe comes in, so he'll straight away.
No, he won't be there either. It's both are there in Australia. Both are in England right now.
Okay.
So both of them are not unavailable.
What else do we have?
Parthav comes in.
Okay, so who is the keeper here? Keeper is ABD, right?
Yeah.
I was assuming. So if ABD won't keep, right? So this is ABD keeps. So this is like ABD keeps. What if ABD won't keep, right? If his back gives out, for example, what happens then?
Parthav automatically comes in.
Parthiv comes in. You have to remove one of Shivam Dubey. In my opinion, one of Shivam Dubey or Washington Sundar.
ABD don't keep. I don't know, man. Try to get Philippe in, man, somehow.
If you have to get Philippine, you have to remove Moin Ali.
So Dubé is
And
a
I don't
must.
see that happening.
Dubé is a must, is it? RCB loves Moeen Ali. I get that feeling for some reason.
Yeah, quality is certainly there.
Yeah,
Then why will they want to
right,
let him go?
right. So Chahal, what do we do? So ABD don't keep. So who goes out? Padikkal goes out, is it?
Dubé goes out for me. Particle,
He's,
yeah, depends on how good Particle is. Like in the sense, say, I don't see AB getting injured in the first 6 games or something. So if Particle gets a really good start in the first 6 games, they would still persist with him.
Yeah.
Or else, uh,
I think they will remove the
yeah,
non-performing guy, is what you're saying, to
yes.
get Parthiban.
And I
Okay.
think that will be Shivam Dubé.
I feel it will be. It depends. It really depends. I don't know. Moin Ali's form off late has been not great.
Yeah. Who do we have, man? If Moeen Ali won't click, all right. So what do we have? What do we have as an
You have Josh Philippe.
Philippe.
That's it.
Philippi? Okay.
Yes.
So what are they gonna do? They're gonna open with Finch and Philippi, and
No,
then
you
they're
go
gonna
with Finch and
No.
Padikkal itself,
Particle.
and
Philippi
play
will what?
Josh.
In down
Play
the order.
where Moinas. Play where Moinas batting.
Okay. Or okay. So if ABD don't keep, they will take. What did you say? Moeen Ali out. No, if Moeen Ali doesn't click, Philippi comes in. Got it. So Padikkal will. So Dubé goes out, or Dubé / Parthiv is the option when ABD won't play, right?
Yeah,
Maybe won't keep. He would still
ABD
bat, right?
won't keep.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What other backups do we have? If Morris doesn't click, we have what?
Isro Udana.
Udana we have.
Isro Udana for Morris.
Okay.
No, I am backing Morris all games unless he's injured. I'm back. I'm not going
Yeah.
to Surodana.
Same case. Only if Morris is injured, I'll get in Udana.
No,
Definitely Morris
even
is
if
playing 14
Morris is
games for me.
injured, even if Morris is injured, I'm going Dale Steyn. I'm not going to Surodana.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Dude, he can
This way
bat
they're
and
not
ball,
good.
man.
Morris has. I don't think Morris has it in batting anymore, and we have batting till 7 anyway with Washington. It's 8 till Washington. And Umesh Yadav also can whack the ball, so we really don't need a batsman. We need someone who can bowl. And Dale Steyn any day is a better bowler than Udana.
Dale Steyn is not a death bowling
Even
option,
even at his worst, Dale Steyn is better than Udana. Even if it's
I completely
death,
agree. Completely agree to it.
Really?
Yeah, I just saw him as a like-to-like replacement. That's why I didn't get Steyn here. But yeah, I completely agree to it. Steyn is any day a better bowler than Udana at any form. I would say.
Interesting. Who else can get injured, man? One of Umesh or Saini gets injured, I think Siraj comes in straight away.
Siraj.
Straight away.
So if Umesh gets injured, Steyn has to
I
play.
don't see these guys getting injured because Umesh has never been injured. With Saini, I'm not sure, but so far he's never been injured. But Umesh, I've never seen getting injured. He's very fit.
So what else do we have? Chahal's backup. What did we think? I think Zampa. But if Zampa comes in, Moeen goes out, I guess. I think.
No, why would you be replacing Chahal?
No, if he gets injured is what I'm saying. What is the backup?
Okay.
He's
you
just
have Shabaz.
Shahbaz Nadeem.
Shabaz, you have
Shabaz,
Nadeem. You have Shabaz Ahmed. You have Pawan Negi. You have enough backup for.
Yeah. Washington, Morris, we have backup for Morris. So Dubé has a backup. So yeah, Moeen Ali, I think this 11 looks good, man. I think this 11 looks good. I think they're gonna try. Worst case, how can you possibly bring Felipe, man? I really want him because I've seen him play for Sydney Sixers. Really good. So he has to bat low down the order, is what you think, even if he comes in.
Yeah, maximum highest you can bat him is at 4 if you want to move AB at 5.
That I don't see that happening. So assuming this is the 11, right? So I have a theory, all right. So it's like Finch was bought in as a taunt to Kohli, right, as a captain, because if franchises have this habit of changing captains if they go really bad in a season or two. So do you think Finch is like, you know what, boy, just like half a leg on the door of the Finch with the captaincy thing? What do you guys think? This is my conspiracy theory.
But his insights will be important. I don't think he's going to be the captain or he's going to take Kohli's place. But he might, have a few ideas which you can give to Kohli. That's what I think. Not more, nothing more than that. You won't be replacing an Indian captain with the Australian captain. I mean, that doesn't send out a good message. I mean, I don't care about that, but then I don't think the franchises care either. They want performance. I don't think they do that.
Not at all. Like Kohli is your international captain, and after all these seasons, if you are still persisting with Kohli, I don't see them changing in the mid-season this year. Like, it has been always the case of not delivering. But yeah, they still persist with Kohli, so I don't think there will be any changes. But yeah, as he said, insights from Finch will be really valuable because he's one of the best minds, and international captain. So yeah, he'll assist Kohli, but not replace him.
What like if this season goes wrong, right? What do you think the implications will be? Like, if the season goes wrong, will they stick to Kohli even next year?
It depends.
If Finch
I don't know
plays
how the relationship will.
if Finch plays way too well and RCB fails, kya hoga?
If Finch plays well, I don't think RCB will lose. I don't think RCB will go back.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair point. I don't know, man. Kohli is also getting old, right? It's like Real Madrid replacing Ronaldo, Barcelona replacing Messi. I don't know if that point will come this year if they fail badly. But on the other,
31, I guess. He's in the prime of his.
Yeah,
correct.
Still has
a lot of
I
time.
think till 34, I don't see any question. After 34, his runs are going to go down. Then that's when the question arises. Till time he's scoring runs, I don't see it. Sure.
I think he's too big a brand, man. I think brand is the important thing, right? I mean, RCB, Kohli, I don't think they'll let him go. It's just way too much money riding on the RCB brand. And if Kohli is not the captain, then RCB brand will lose its value is what I think. So that's why I think he'll stay. But I think, yeah, Finch's insights are like massive key, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So in this 11, right, who are your constant Indians who should play every game? I think this team they should back, right? They should not chop and change for fuck's sake. All the way.
I'd play this 11 all games till at least the first 7 games. First 7 games, irrespective of what happens. You lose the first 7 games, lose it. But you play the same 11. You're not going to lose 7 games if you play the same 11 for the 7 games.
Exactly.
That's what they didn't do last year.
Exactly. Don't just give these guys, right? Especially like Sundar and Saini, right? Washington Sundar and Saini and Padikkal. They just have to tell them like, boys, you'll be in for 7 games. They just let them go.
Yes. And moreover, Saini is more improved this year.
Exactly.
Even last year they had persisted with him, so he's much more improved. He has got the international experience between the 2 seasons of the IPL. Much more groomed. So I see him playing all games here. And a better bowler, they would surely know that Saini is going to deliver for them, and they'll play him 14 games.
Man, he has a rocket Yorker, man. His Yorker goes straight line from like release point to like toes, like that. I love that about this guy. I think he has become the bowler Siraj was trying to become, and he never could. Right.
Siraj was quite decent in 2018, but somehow in 2019 his pace dropped. That was the major difference. In 2018 he was bowling 145 plus.
Yeah, that game against CSK like changed him in a way, right? That the Dhoni innings in 2018, the shot that he
bowled well that game.
Yeah,
he bowled decently that game. Is that Dhoni played well?
Dhoni smacked one shot of the wide Yorker over third man, if you remember, right?
That was at the ground.
Yeah. Oh yeah, last 2018. Wow.
Both years.
Fantastic, man.
18 and 19.
Must have spent a lot of money, man. I tried being there. It's like
No, I'm a member, so it's not.
Oh yeah, is that right?
Right.
Have you ever seen an RCB game in the stadium, Venkat?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I've been to RCB, RR, RCB, KKR back in 2011. These are the 2 times. But yeah, I think this is a good 11. They should back this. This looks good. Just that lower middle order, right? What is the weak point that you see here? I'll tell mine. What is the weak point that you see here?
Okay. To arrest the weak point that you are thinking of, I can see what will be your weak point. I would get in some stats to why AB has to bat at 5 and seal that finisher role.
Okay.
So you can see in the last 2 years, AB has scored 554 runs against pace and that too at an average of 110.8.
Mm.
So it's you can see, and more importantly, he scores 11 runs per over.
Mm.
So yeah, imagine him taking on the paces in the last 5 or 6 overs. That is some 66 odd runs, and he doesn't get out. He would even go to 70, 75. So one
Don't
of the best hitters.
don't you think you want him to hit 11
But
runs per
you
over from the
ask,
start?
but ask him.
But it's
You know what he said in an interview? He said the stats guide gives me something like you average only so much against left arm spin, you average striking so much against pace. He mentioned this, not me. And he said, don't give me that thing because I look at the situation. The situation is completely different. You bowl me left arm spin at the 18th over, I'll smash him. You bowl left arm spin or wrist
yes,
spin to AB de Villiers in the 18th over, he'll still whack it. The situation demands him to whack it. That's why he whacks it. You bowl spin or pace in the end, he will whack it. But he needs to be set. He can't be walking in 14 overs up and the score only being like 110 for 3, and then he has to whack it from the first ball, and then you lose him. Then you're in big trouble. But if you have him and you're like 110 in 14 overs and he's set, then you know the score can go to 180, 190 easily.
You have to wonder
But if
what
he's
is you have to wonder what is ABS's strike rate against pace bowlers in the middle overs when the situation is like not really in the need of whacking the ball, right? So
here what I think is that we are not talking about the approach of AB against spin. All I see is the approach of Moeen Ali against spin.
let us make Venkat's batting order then. Let us do that. Yeah,
It's the same 11 with
batting order. What do you want to do here?
Moeen plays at 4 and AB plays at 5. It's just on paper. Like for me, Moeen bats between 7 and 13 or 7 and 12, and AB bats between 12 and 20.
You want Moeen to go whack the spinners in the middle overs. That's what you want to do.
No.
Yes, and he's really good at it.
With Moeen, I don't mind him batting at 4 if there's a left arm spinner and a wrist spinner, like something like CSK. Now CSK don't have an off spinner over there, so if CSK don't have an off spinner, you send Moeen Ali at 4. It's fine.
Yeah, to whack Tahir. Yeah.
With anyone, they don't have a bowler who can bowl it away from Moeen Ali. So then you send Moeen Ali. It makes a lot of sense.
He would just feast on Karan Sharma and Piyush Chawla.
Anyone, Piyush Chawla, Karan Sharma, or even Imran Tahir. Nobody is going to turn it away from him. So
that is a tactic Finch should suggest Kohli.
I think you would have seen the last game also in T20 where Butler finished that game. Zampa was bowling in the 18th over, I think. 18th or 19th over. And Moeen, you could have seen Butler had told in the post-match presentation that Moeen was so confident in taking up on Zampa. We all know how good a bowler Zampa is, quality leg spinner. And Moeen Ali just comes in, he goes whack sixes from ball 1 against spinner. So
but it's a big ground. That's also
confidence.
That's a big ground. It's not small.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the
but
level
again,
of
it depends on who is batting. If Padikkal is batting.
One more thing I love about this is, sorry man, I'll get back to your point. I love the right left thing, right?
Exactly
left,
what I was
right, left. So this gives you what? Right, left, isn't it?
Exactly. That's what I was mentioning.
Till 8 you have a right left combination.
Yeah. Interesting, man. Very interesting. But man, people will be like blasphemous with ABD at 5, right? People will be like, dude, that is a sin. But I think this makes sense. This really makes sense. But you can't really digest ABD at 5 is the ultimate point. I think you have to put your emotions aside is what you're saying.
Yeah, again, it's not AB exactly at 5. It's just the phase of the game that AB has to play. It's just on paper. On paper, 4-5 doesn't matter. AB plays this phase of the game. Moeen plays this phase of the game. Because we need to make the roles clear. We have to give players to do whatever they are good at. So we can't expect Moeen to go bash paces in the end. ABD can certainly bash both spinners and paces, but we have to give in that room for Moeen Ali to do what he's best at. So that would lead a better result, I would say. That's the reason I'm playing Moeen ahead.
So ABD against.
But in another podcast,
right?
I'd actually mentioned AB at 3 and Virat at 4 because if you might see the last 2 years, he's been our best batsman. Virat has been slightly ordinary. Baby has been our best batsman. Not ordinary. I mean, I'd say he's slightly below par.
Kohli got out
Maybe-
for spinners, man. I mean, that was weird to see last year, right?
Yeah.
That
was very weird. So, what you say, Kohli at 4 because
if AB can go at 3, we can get even 240. We start well.
Yes.
Even if we can get 240.
Yeah.
And you have Kohli and Moeen Ali to save us if he fails. But if AB is at 3 and Virat at 4, you can still get a very high score without too much risk. We still have backup with Virat Kohli.
Interesting. Very interesting. So this is your batting order, is what you're saying. So this is Pradyut's batting order. So you want Kohli to move down here. Moeen goes further down, right?
Moeen goes 5.
AB at 3.
AB at 3.
Yeah. Interesting, man. Interesting thought. Very interesting thought. So Kohli is our 10 for 2 guy in this case.
Yeah, 10 for 2. Because he's best at that. He's better than anyone else.
The anchor.
He knows to
And
pace
it's not like
his
he's and you know what? One more thing. He can hit pace in the end. He's not Moeen Ali. He can whack pace. So he's easily one of the best finishers. Plus you have AB de Villiers. Easily the most explosive, probably the most explosive along with Chris Gayle.
Interesting, man.
Yeah.
So
Finch and ABD batting will be like lit, man.
Yes. Kohli and ABD at the death, that would be disaster for the other teams. Settled AB and settled Kohli.
We literally have what? How many bowling options do we have? 7 bowling options in this case. Huh?
7. In case Parthiv comes, then we'll have 6. You don't need 7, in my opinion.
Yeah. But man, listen to this, okay? What if we use Finch for the spinner whacking role and take Moeen Ali out, bring Felipe at the top? I'm being very biased with Felipe, man. Sorry, guys. I'm really irritating you guys. But Felipe at the top, take Moeen Ali out, bring Finch to whack the spinners down the order. ABD at 3, Kohli at 4. Felipe will be your keeper, and the rest remains the same. What do you think of that?
Looks good on paper, but situation, you might be chasing one day, you might be batting first one day. Now, imagine the opposition scores 180. Would you still want Felipe opening, or would you want Finch opening?
Najib's biased batting order. Felipe biased.
So you remove Moeen Ali, put Felipe.
I have a feeling this guy is not in form, man. I don't know how many matches will he last. Maybe he'll find form. Maybe he has too much pressure in the England team. Maybe he's playing for his place in the England team. Maybe he plays with freedom here. Who knows? But again, I hated this idea of Finch in the middle order. But when you said you're using Moeen Ali to whack the spinners, I thought, okay, you know what? Why don't we bring Finch to whack the spinners and Kohli at 4 and bring Felipe at 1. So 1, Felipe, Padikkal, 2 young guys who will just...
Again, I'll tell you one major flaw with that. One, except Padikkal, all the top 5 are right-handed batsmen, and most bowlers are either left-arm spinners or wrist spinners, leg spinners. Take the ball away.
Yeah, that left-handed option is what Ali gives, huh? Interesting. Now, I think this makes sense. I think whose is the best batting order?
Even with that, then you want someone like Shivam Dube or someone Washington, just go and do a pinch hitter role if you're playing CSK or someone like that.
Yeah, I think there are too many pinch hitters at 6, 7, 8 is what you're saying.
No, just because if you're having someone who is bowling, turning the ball away.
Yeah.
Just to get them out of the attack.
Yeah. It reminds me of that game against Rajasthan where I was watching it live in the stadium, right? Where Shreyas Gopal took 3 wickets. Remember that game? Sanju Samson hit 100.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, you were there?
He scored 90 something.
Yeah.
He scored 90 something.
Umesh Yadav made me so angry that day. But yeah, I think you're right. I think McCallum, ABD, Kohli, they all fell for that guy, which was very annoying to watch.
No, McCallum went for Krishnappa Gautam. I think Dickok, Kohli and de Villiers went to this guy.
Yeah, that was very annoying to watch. Yeah, again, this is me and my stupid batting order. But anyways, I think you know what these two have strong arguments,
See,
man. Even Venkat's and yours batting orders, they have strong arguments. But I think this is a high scoring batting order, is what I feel. This will give us high scores, is what I feel. No offense, Venkat. No
And
offense.
Moin has produced been at his best when he's batted at for
Hmm.
RCB. You can see he averages 37 and
Yeah.
strikes at 184. Massive strike rate, that is 184.
Uh,
no, that's Andre Russell. That's as much as Andre Russell.
wow.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just the
you can see
fact
from
that
the average.
ABD bats so low, right? I can't digest that. How can we make ABD go? If ABD goes in the top order, right? What happens then? Five is empty. What happens then? What happens then, guys? If we take
Top
Padikkal
order
out,
as in?
if we take Padikkal
You
out,
mean open?
yeah, no. Finch Kohli open, ABD at 3, Moin at 4. Who bats at 5 then? If we take
You make
Padikkal out,
Padikkal at bat. You make Padikkal bat at 5.
really,
He's good
Padikkal
enough.
can bat at 5.
You have
It's not.
Shubman Gill batting at 5 for 2 years. He's
Hmm.
a top order batsman.
Has he done it in the domestic circuit?
So even
I'm
Shubman
not
has
sure.
not done
I don't think
the.
Shubman Gill does it either. But he's batting at 6, 7 for KKR. Might
Hmm.
as well give him. You'd rather have him in the playing 11
Hmm.
than not.
Fair point. Fair point. Yeah. Then again, it becomes right. RCB's famous weak point is not assigning the roles that they're good at, right? So again, that becomes a classic case. But it doesn't matter anyways, right? So it's like at 5, how many balls will he have, anyways? Yeah.
No, even Virat Kohli, when he started off, where was he batting? 5, 6,
Hmm.
7. First 3
Yeah,
seasons
the
he was.
maximum Padikkal has batted is at number 4. Hasn't batted below that. Played
No,
nine games.
I wouldn't go
9 games
beyond.
as the opener. Yes.
I won't go by that because Karnataka team wouldn't have the same quality as an RCB team.
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect to Karnataka players because they've been winning everything, but then these guys have like everyone except Padikkal has played international cricket in that
So
11.
this will be like Najib's sensible batting order. Sensible. So we don't have any backup. We don't have a pinch hitting Indian, is what you say, at the 5 to replace ABD at 5. So what I'm trying to do here is like bring Padikkal here. Kohli will open with Finch, and ABD
AB at
goes
3 and Moeen at 5.
Moin at 4 because he wanted him at 4, right? So too many right-handers, you think, but it doesn't matter at the top, right? Does it matter?
No, doesn't matter, but you are utilizing Padikkal, I would say.
That's what. So who is the pinch hitting option there then? Nobody? Or Gurkirat is a waste over there, is it? At 5?
But why do we need to search for pinch hitters when we have proper batsmen?
So if
Pinch
Padikkal.
hitters, I see pinch hitter is more when you want to do a match, like you want to match up something like a left arm spinner or wrist spinner against a left-handed batsman.
Yes.
Like if you have two right-handed batsmen and two left, they're bowling well, a wrist spinner and left arm spinner. Then you get in a pinch hitter, get maybe 2, 3 sixes, get them out of the attack. Even if they get 12 or 4 balls, it's fine.
Yes.
That's what you
Someone
do.
like Dubey or Sundar can also do it.
Yeah, something like that. Not someone who's an actual batsman who risk his wicket. Someone like Dubey or Washington's. Actually, Mumbai did it a lot with that Mitch McLennigan.
Yeah. Dhoni
Sundar
once
also
did
opens for Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
So he's not new to play at the top.
Yeah, man. Sundar
Quite well
opening.
managed.
Sundar opening. I don't know how many games it will last, man. They will figure him out in 3-4 games. He's no Naren, right? So
Sundar wouldn't open. But
Yeah.
just saying, it's not new to bat
Yeah.
up the order for Sundar.
Does this make any sense to you? This batting order: Kohli, Finch will open, ABD, Moin Ali, Gurkirat, Dubey, Morris, Washington, Chahal, and rest.
So much pressure on Gurkirat and Dubey.
Mm.
It all ends at number 4.
Yeah.
And if you check the Syed Mustaq Ali trophy, even Gurkirat played that trophy. I think, I don't know how much he scored, but Padikkal was the top run scorer at strike rate of 170.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Gurkirat played the same tournament, but he couldn't match those numbers.
Right.
So it was something with
Then
Padikkal and Gurkirat.
then this becomes not so sensible batting order in that case. That is why I'm not the coach of RCB. But yeah, I think I don't know, man. This is a good toss between these two. I like I like both the ideas, but this to me looks a high scoring batting order, and it's like left, right, right. Yeah, decent left right combinations in out here. Kohli's our 10 for 2 guy. This is a decent idea. This I love this. I love this. This is the best left right combination, right? So it's like left right, left right, left right. But it's just the idea of ABD at end. That is the only thing that's bothering me. But you know what? Both are worthy enough of discussions. I don't know how they'll go. What having seen RCB all these years, right? How will they go? What do you feel? What's your gut feel? This is your batting order, but having seen RCB and their behavior and their think tank and their thinking, right? How do you think they will go?
I think, according to me, Finch probably Dev, Kohli 3, AB 4, Ali 5, Dubey 6,
Yes.
Washington 7, Washington or Morris, one of them 7, again one of them 8, Umesh 9,
Saini
and
Chahal.
Saini Chahal.
RCB's probable batting order, probable. So what? Padikkal will play, right? They will play Padikkal, right? They're not that stupid, right? Like,
Yes, looks like we
I
saw
mean,
him
you see a lot
taunting
of
spinners.
videos.
Yeah.
You see a lot of videos of him, but you also see a lot of videos of Partha, so I'm not sure.
I don't think Moin
But
is
then-
available for the first game, right? So who'll get in for Moin?
Our first game, we are kind of screwed. We don't have a lot of players.
Yes.
We don't have Finch, we don't have
So
Moin, we don't have...
what happens
we
in that
only have-
case? Partha opens, Padikkal opens,
Let's
Kohli
see.
at 3,
Prob-
ABD at 4.
Probable best batting order is this, right? Probable RCB's probable batting order, more probable frequent batting order, we can say, right? If I'm not wrong.
You
So-
can say the starting...
Realistic batting order.
Realistic,
Yes.
probable frequent.
I
Yeah,
think this is what they'll go with.
ABD at 4, Moin at 5, Dubey 6, Morris, Washington, Chahal, Umesh
Yes,
Saini.
exact order.
Yeah. But starting game, right? Because starting game we are like screwed as fuck, right? So it's probably his first game batting order.
But yeah, it's against SRS and they don't have Warner, Bastrop.
Yeah, forget about them, right? So what will we do? So no Finch, no Philippe. So obviously Parthiv comes in. So ABD is there, Kohli, Padikkal is there, Moin is not there. I think Gurkirat has to play. I mean, there is no other.
Yeah,
Yes.
Gurkirat.
Yes.
Gurkirat
plays.
Imagine if Gurkirat does well in this game. Like, just imagine, just for fun. I think this is fine.
So
This
now,
is the
does Stain come in for you?
Stain.
I think
Stain.
we
We have
Yeah,
an
Stain
yeah.
comes
I think Stain comes in place of what? Umesh?
Stain comes in place of Umesh.
Yeah, we have one more slot, right? Exactly.
But yeah,
We have 2 more
do you
actually.
again chop and change? Like if they come back, do you again get an Umesh, take out Stain?
Yeah,
I would-
right.
Go with Umesh, give him that confidence. 14 games on trot you're playing. They have to persist with Umesh. There's no use stopping and changing. But yeah, Dale Steyn is definitely way ahead with the new ball.
Yeah.
Best quality bowler, but stopping and changing will again become a problem here.
He's got a point.
Interesting point, man. Yeah. Okay. So they will not play. I don't know, man. Kohli likes Stain too much, man. That is my.
Yeah, Stain will play. According to me, he will play the
Yeah,
first game.
because this is RCB's first game batting order, right? Not our batting order. So I have a feeling he likes him too much. Both, are aggressive and they shout so loud that their nerves will burst at one point. So I think I have a feeling that Stain will get in, but I think Venkat, you're absolutely right. I think Umesh should be backed. Or maybe Umesh should be rested. Who knows, Venkat? Umesh should be rested, maybe.
Rested. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, there is one more slot, right? So you said there's one more slot. Who do we have? Who do we have in hand? I don't think we have anyone in hand.
Mr. Udana. You have
Udana. No, we have. Do we have a foreign batsman? No, right? I don't think we have a foreign batsman.
You don't have a foreign batsman.
Yeah.
Actually, I was surprised because there were few who went unsold.
Oh, we should have we should have bought an ABD backup. If I'm not wrong, if that's what you're meaning for.
You don't get an ABD backup.
No, obviously you don't get an ABD backup, but at least in that position, right, somewhere in the middle order, someone can. I really thought Hetmeyer they shouldn't have left. I really thought so because
I mean, he had a great CPL.
yeah, he's not a like ABD backup, but you know what I mean, right? So it's like he fills that middle order foreign batsman role. But anyways, we don't have so we have one more slot. So who are we taking out? We are taking out whom exactly?
Do you
I
want to
don't
take
think
out
we have
anyone?
to.
I think Dubé
No,
will
I
go
don't
out,
want.
right? Dubé will go out, right? No.
Instead of
Dubé will go
Udana.
out and Udana come in.
no,
But you have
no for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't want 6 bowling options. Who's a
Hmm.
better batsman, Udana or Dubé?
Dubé has international experience, man. I mean, he's been playing for a while, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
again,
Again,
the
Dubé
stopping and
confidence
fielding
issue.
problem comes here.
Confidence issue will
Yes,
come
yes,
in. Yeah.
yes,
Get them used. Get them used to in the first few games is what you mean, right?
Yeah,
yes.
I'd prefer Shivam Dubé any day.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's a future prospect as well. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they'll do. Ooh.
I just want it to be like exact replacement when they come in. One
Hmm.
person goes out and the other comes in. Like Gurkirat goes out, Moin comes in.
Hmm.
I don't want to mess up with the batting order. Exactly, we have a replacement, so we play that.
Yeah.
Umesh can stay similarly.
Yeah. I think they'll go with maybe 2, 3 foreign options. Big deal, right? What will they lose?
They'll go with 3. They won't lose.
Yeah.
They won't go with 4, I think, in the first
Yeah.
game.
I think
Yes,
they'll go
yes.
with 3 and they'll just stick with this is what I feel. Yeah.
If we had a better foreign batsman and like someone like
Hmm.
Kevin Lewis or someone like who
Exactly.
went unsold, surprisingly,
Exactly.
just as a backup.
Hmm. So what are the weak points here, man? What do we where should we like watch out?
Where should we want? I mean, I think our bowling is kind of covered, but then
Yes.
I'm not sure of how Kohli is going to go on with the field, how he sets his field. That is very important, and
Hmm.
he's kind of defensive. He doesn't
It's
set attacking fields.
it's more like
That
in match
kind-
problems. Huh?
Hmm.
In tournament problems also. In tournament problems, chop and change, right? Tournament probs, chop and change. I think don't you think he improved a little bit, Kohli? He's still that old Kohli captain. I think he did reasonably well in 2019 World Cup. But yeah, he doesn't have a plan C, right? That's the problem with him.
More than the plan C, I don't. The middle overs, if you notice, they milk singles of RCB's bowlers.
Hmm.
There's very few dots, especially to a new batsman. That's what I hate.
Hmm. There's no. I think Finch is gonna resolve that. Don't you think? In a way.
If he has a
to.
big enough say, yes.
Yeah. I think he's not
Yeah, I
really an
think-
egoistical captain. I think he goes and consults, if I'm not wrong. I mean, I think he'll take his word, is what I feel.
Yeah, mate, probably.
Yeah, this year they've got a really good leadership group.
Hmm.
Simon and Mike coming in.
Strength,
it was
man.
all spread.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's just two men, Simon, Mike. So I think the understanding will be way better. Imagine having a Nehra last year and a Simon or
yeah,
a Mike
man.
this year. That
Is
makes
Nehra out? Is
vast
Nehra out of
amount
RCB's
difference.
camp? Hopefully.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Adam Griffith has come in as
Finally.
the bowling coach.
Finally, for heaven's sake. I hated that guy. No offense. He's a great bowler, but yeah.
I mean,
What
coaching and playing is two different things altogether.
exactly?
Mike Hesson has not played any cricket. Mike Hesson has not played
Yes.
anything.
Tom Moody
One
is
of
a
the
great
best
coach.
coaches.
Yeah, Tom Moody
One
has
of the best coaches
yeah,
right now. Who is one of the best coaches right now? You know, it's Abhishek Nair.
exactly.
KKR.
Yes, KKR.
Yeah. Is he the lead coach? He's the batting coach over there, right? Lead is McCullum.
Michael, yeah.
Lead coach is McCullum. I think he's the batting guy for this KKR. Anyways, what are the strengths here? Obviously, apart from Kohli and ABD, what are the strengths
Death
here?
bowling has improved.
Our death bowling has improved. Our bowling is set, man. I think we won't see any changes in this bowling lineup, is what I feel, unless injuries, of course.
Yes.
See, bowling is good. It's very good, but you need to contain them in the middle overs. And one more thing is, we won't be going for 50 of the last 3. That's for sure. Like how Russell smashed them. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen again with these bowlers.
Yeah.
But in the middle, we need to be a little careful. We can't just allow them to milk singles.
That was the most heartbreaking match of the last IPL, man. That was really bad.
I was at the ground.
Yeah. You're the member, man. Just so don't even talk. So, but no, sorry, just kidding. Yeah, man, that was so bad. I didn't eat dinner properly that night. It was very heartbreaking, that match. I don't think you're right. And big grounds, right? I think it's a blessing in disguise that RCB is playing in UAE in a way. If you guys agree with me, big grounds,
Yeah.
turning pitches.
Yes.
Old RCB, which relied on Chris Gale more than anyone else. Then smaller grounds better for us. But players like Virat Kohli, who's more who chips, takes twos, threes, and then goes bonkers in the end. I think these bigger grounds will help us. That's why he
Yeah.
has a good
Yes.
record in Australia.
Yeah. What do you think, Venkat? Playoffs guaranteed?
Yes, absolutely. Top three.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What do you think, Pradyot?
If they don't finish, there is some problem with this team. They have to, with this kind of a team, I
Dude,
expect them to finish in
that
the
is the
top
thing
three.
with RCB, right? Every year they look great in the paper. I remember 2018 auction, right? That was like the most
Not last year.
No,
balanced. Yeah,
2018.
that was
2018, I was actually very disappointed with the team.
yeah. It
I was
Even
really
last year, I don't think it was as good as this.
no.
We
2018
still had the death bowling
they
woes.
made some stupid changes in the middle by bringing Corey Anderson and shit like that. That I agree. But on paper, right, it looked so balanced as like every year, especially from 2018-19. It looks great on paper, but again, at the end, you're left with disappointment.
compared to 2018 or 19. What are the two issues which have been addressed? One is the batting.
Yeah.
That has been addressed. With Finch, you have a third batsman, third international quality among the top 10 T20 players in your team.
Yeah.
Earlier it was two, now you have three. So you can't give batting as an excuse.
Mm.
It has been an excuse, but now not. And the bowling, you have death bowlers. You have a bowler your overseas fast bowler is there this time. Last 3 years, you didn't have last 4 years, you didn't have a quality death bowling option. Timal Mills played 5 games in that. So I think
In what were they
Stanley.
smoking when they bought Tim Saudi? I just could not wrap my head around it. I just could not.
It's Daniel Vittori. You've seen all the Colin de Grandhomme. Colin de Grandhomme. You had. Let me tell you, Dale Steyn went unsold in the auction, and he went for Tim Saudi over Dale Steyn in 2018.
Unbelievable.
There were so many that I had made a list. There was Richardson, not Kane Richardson, that other Jai Richardson.
Yeah,
many other guys.
Man, that guy is a bowler, man. I love that guy.
There are so many other bowlers much better than Tim Saudi. He went for Baz McCullum. Baz McCullum because of his friendship with Baz McCullum.
Groupism,
I think, Trent Woodell and Daniel Vittori are good friends with Baz McCullum. They went for Corey Anderson for the same reason. Colin de Grandhomme, New Zealander. He bid very high for Chris Lynn. He went up to 9 crores for Chris Lynn because of the Brisbane Heat connection. He tried getting Kane Williamson. I don't know if it's a good buy or not. He did well in 2018, but he bid till 3 crores for Kane Williamson. I don't know what it says. And he didn't bid for many of the other important players.
Dude, there's so many gem bowlers from Big Bash, right? He didn't bid for any of them.
I don't see many bowlers who are gems in Big Bash, but definitely better than Tim Saudi.
Interesting, man. It's like Karnataka guy going for Karnataka, Tamil Nadu guy going for Tamil Nadu. It's like caste filling here as well, but it's just that Kiwi feeling. Interesting. Yeah, I think this has happened it has happened, right? It's like other teams, Australians bring Australians.
No, I think the problem is you back home you watched. So he's probably not watched anyone else. He's only seen these guys up close. So he's like, okay, I know this guy. He's pretty good. And he gets.
That's the exact thing happening with another team this year. Delhi Capitals, Ricky Ponting and Stoinis Carey. The same thing, I would say.
That goes to show you what does it take to be a good coach. You have to first watch the world cricket, right? It's like one of the basics. I think Moody does it really good. I love that guy. But anyways, fuck all that. So playoffs guarantee. What do you think, Pradyut? Playoffs or finals or what are you like? Isala Cup Nande?
It depends because this time I'm rating 7 out of the 8 teams like very highly, and the surprising one which I'm not rating is CSK.
Interesting.
And I don't see CSK. I feel CSK is probably getting wooden spoon or 7th position this time. But every team.
Controversial statement, man. Have some respect for Dhoni, who was retired recently. Come on.
The respect is there.
Yeah.
But I don't see them.
Yeah,
why do you think so? CSK is meant for turning on a turning track. Who will win, man? This team or CSK? Like, come on. RCB or CSK?
Depends on
tactics play an important role.
Dhoni is brilliant at matchups, I would say.
Yeah.
He would just get the best out of his bowlers. Yeah, every year it happens. Like we say CSK are in the contenders. They are not strong on paper, but somehow that man Dhoni comes up with a plan and
But from
defies all odds.
2018, when the auction took place, I think early 2018. Now we're coming closer to 2021. They're almost 3 years older than what they were back then.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So this time, I don't see them doing well.
One injury
Yeah, same
and they
case.
will be like, they have reasonably good young players, but I don't know. Too many old players. But anyways, folks, Isala Cup Namde Alva. No, sorry. How do you say it in Kannada? Is it our cup or is it not our cup? How do you say it in Kannada, bro?
Namdalva.
Isala Cup Namde, Isala Cup Namde or Isala Cup Namdalva?
Isala Cup Namde.
Namde
But
na?
that line is
Isala Cup
cursed.
Namde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ಹೇಳಿ ವೆಂಕಟ್ ತಮಿಳ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಮೈ ಕನ್ನಡ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೀಕ್ ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮೈ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ತೆಲುಗು ಗೈ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ರೈಟ್ a Telugu guy, a Kannada guy, a Tamil guy supporting RCB. How diverse! Like I fucking love this. So he said in Kannada, bro. I'll tell it in Telugu. Ee sari cup na mande. Okay, go ahead in Tamil, bro.
Just the transliteration exactly the same, or do you want me to frame it in Tamil somehow?
Frame
This
it.
cup is ours.
Yeah, frame it in a catchy way if you can.
In the time adikirom. In the time cup adikirom. Means we are lifting it this time.
Got it, bro. We got you. We got your feel. We got your heart, folks. I think this has been a great podcast. I think we have done our reasonable brainstorming, and we really wish RCB team all the best. RCB fans, all the best. Thank you very much for joining, folks. Thank you very much, Pradyut. Thank you very much, Venkat. Can you please tell your Twitter handles one by one, Pradyut? You can go ahead.
It's PRADHYOTH1.
Venkat, how about you? Where can we find you on social media? Where can we find your articles? Do you write? You do write some articles? You're a writer, right? Part time hobby writer.
I do. Yes. You can find my Twitter handle is @__ VEEBEE31. And yeah, I would be updating my articles feed, so you could catch up.
Folks, thank you very much for joining the podcast. Thank you very much, Sollu Peeps, and especially RCB fan Sollu Peeps. Thank you very much for tuning in the podcast. Till we see you next time. Tune in into this channel for more cricket-related podcasts through this IPL. That's it from Sollu Peeps podcast. Bye, everyone.